Hello friends and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. It's been a very long time that I actually sat down and filmed, produced any content, so I'm super happy to be back. I've had a few rough weeks, the past weeks. I'll talk about that in a completely different video. Today is all about the makeup and I am so happy with how this makeup turned out. To me, it's the perfect spring, fresh looking makeup that if you know me, I'm all about. I'm enjoying a delicious warm cup of coffee in the most stunning little cup. So let's go ahead and get into the pretty makeup. If you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and hit this little red subscribe button down below. It helps my channel a lot. And thank you so much if you've already subscribed. I love to having you here. Let's get into the makeup. It's been a while since I sit down and filmed, and this is going to be my only second video of the year, which is crazy to think that we're almost in April, that I'm going to be doing a makeup look. So the other only makeup look this year I posted has been the unrecognizable makeup. I'm gonna be leaving that link below in case you're interested. But today it's all about the spring. Weather has been so much nicer here in Texas. Spring has definitely sprung and you could not find me happier about that. I'm enjoying a nice cup of tea. This is a green tea, a mix from Harney & Sons. It's the most delicious springy, summery, if you will, drink. It's so good. I cannot remember the name, but I'm gonna leave it here, right here on the page, on that screen, if you're interested in knowing exactly what I'm drinking. And the cup is by Royal Albert, the most beautiful design. It's actually from the 100-year collection, and this is 1920s, called Spring Meadow. So I'm telling you, spring is here and I'm very happy about it. But let's get right into the makeup so we don't have this video be super long. My skin has been very dry and very irritable for the past, I want to say 2 months or so. So I picked up this. This is the Amberly's Light Cream Sensitive. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to pronounce French words. This is by the brand Laboratories Amberly's. I actually found out about this brand because of Alana here on YouTube, Alana Davison. She raves about this. She has dry skin and lives in the coldest weather of Canada. So as someone with dry skin but in a very warm climate, my skin still is very sensitive and I need to find always the most hydration possible. So I looked up this brand and it turns out it's cruelty free, of course, that's why I bought it. And I've been really liking it. And it's a multi-use product, so you can use it as I'm using today, a primer, but also you can use it as a moisturizer. So it gives you that option of if you want to just prime your face for makeup or just add some moisture to your skin during your skincare. And I've been really liking it. I've been using it both as moisturizing cream and also as my primer. To me, spring is all about the pinks. So on that note, I'm gonna be using Lisa Eldridge's Cosmic Rose Highlighter, but I'm gonna use it as a sort of like a priming, glowy base before my skin tint, which is also gonna be by Lisa Eldridge. It just has a very subtle tint of pink, but I just love this product year-round. But because of that pink base, I think it's going to provide a beautiful subtle glow. I've been loving this product and I'm telling you, this is going to be my go-to makeup for a long time during the big remaining parts of the spring. And then for my skin tint, there's nothing has changed. My Lisa Eldridge skin tint, this is the enhancing tint. I love this product. I've got mine in the shade T7. It's very easy to blend, it's very easy to apply. I literally just go with my fingers and it glides on super smoothly, and it gives you a very light base. Of course, it's a skin tint, but just makes your skin look so much more perfected, but in a very natural way. And it also provides a little bit of glow. And then with the base that we had with the Cosmic Rose highlighter, it just gives the skin the most stunning look. I'm gonna be skipping this part. I'm gonna be just covering the white patches around my face from vitiligo, but I'm gonna be using my 3 favorite go-to products. Of course, first off, the corrector by Tarte. This is in the shade light medium peach. just to diminish a bit of that discoloring under the eyes that I have very prevalent because of the lack of pigment. So I do have a lot of this little purple and greenish bluish veins and also around my eyes. So I go in with this first, and then to cover the actual whiteness and give my face a uniform look, I use for the most part the KVD concealer in the shade medium 146, and then to add a little bit of brightness, the Beautiful Skin concealer by Charlotte Tilbury on the inner corner of my eyes. Now that my face is all concealed, let's move on to powdering, and this is gonna be no surprise. I'm gonna be using one of my Hourglass palettes, one of the finishing powders, to just powder the areas where I used concealer. This particularly is probably my, well, it is my favorite powder to finish up my makeup with and just set that concealer. It's so beautiful and it gives a very light sheen but without being glowy. It's just so pretty, and I swear it makes such a big difference using just a finishing powder compared to using like an actual matte powder or a regular powder and then just adding a finishing powder instead. I just love it. I've been obsessed with this method for, I want to say, I don't know, more than a year, or at least a year. Before I move on with the rest of my face, I'm going to set my brows with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I really need to repurchase this because I'm running very low. So I'm just going to set my brows and let them to freeze while I finish up the rest of the eyes and the makeup. To bring back some definition to my face, I'm gonna be using the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I've really been loving this product. I bought it last year during the last Sephora BAB sale, and I've been slowly switching to pretty much using this only whenever I'm adding some type of contour, and I just like it. I think I prefer this one over the stick. I mentioned whenever I bought it that I was gonna put them to the test and then decide if I would repurchase the stick. But I think I'm just going to switch to this one. We know the drill. The next step for me is always going to be highlighter after my contour or bronzer. And today I'm gonna be using the more pinkier option from Merit, and this in the shade Bounce. I love this. This, between this one and Cava, have been on my face pretty much every day since I discovered them. I just love Merit products, but there's something about these highlighters that are just breathtaking. It's so easy and you get a beautiful glowing from within look. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Going back to that whole glowing look, glowing from within look, I'm going to be adding a little bit of the Rare Beauties blush in the shade Cheer. Does this not scream spring? It's the most beautiful light pink, and it has a lot of that very pretty subtle glow. So it just, I don't know, it's just so perfect, and the shade is absolutely perfection for spring. As always, I do like to add my blush a little bit under my eyes to create that more lifted look, and I like to pull it to the top, almost on my temples. Before we get too carried away, I need to put the brush down and now move on to another favorite product, and this is one of the Merit shades. They're called Flush Balm, official name, and this one particularly is the shade Stockholm. Whenever I got it, I thought it could be a little light for me, but honestly, mixing it with another color, or if I want a very light blush, this is perfect. It's just, I think this would be ideal for a much lighter person than me, but I can definitely make it work. And this is the prettiest pink for spring. I just love it. I'm going to be using my same old brush and just adding a bit more on the apple of the cheeks, but still bringing this up to the same area where I used my my powder blush. And if I'm feeling extra, which today I think I'm feeling a little bit extra, I'm just going to barely touch my cheeks with a little extra blush highlight. And this is another Hourglass palette. This is an older version. I don't even know, I don't think they sell this anymore. This is the Strobe Lightning powder, I guess, palette, I don't know. And I'm going to just use the pinkish shade and just barely add a little bit to the top of my cheeks, just to bring a bit more of that extra glow. So pretty. Now let's move on to eyes, and this is no surprise that I've been loving an almost nude eyelid for a long time. But if I do want to add a little extra, just a bit of a more bright eye, there's nothing better than Charlotte Tilbury's eyes to mesmerize, particularly the shade Jean. It is the most stunning vanilla shade with a ton of glow, but in the most natural way. I'm gonna be using my fingers. I find that this is the best way of applying, specifically this eyeshadows from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just so easy, and you can blend with your finger in your crease, and it just looks so stunning. It's almost like you just have a bit of a glowy eyelid without being too in your face. You're wearing eyeshadow. So, so pretty. And with my same finger, I just add in the corner of my eye just to bring a bit more of that brightness to the inner corner. And look at the difference. So pretty and so easy that literally took me like a minute. Okay, maybe less than a minute, but I'm talking, so you know the drill. To finish up the eyes, I'm just going to add a ton of mascara. I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. I am almost done with this one. I definitely need to pull out a new one from last year's Nordstrom anniversary sale. They had a little packet with 2 of this, and I bought it. So this is literally the first one, and I'm just finishing this up. So I need to take out that other one and then hopefully repurchase during the Nordstrom anniversary sale this year in the summer a new one with hopefully 2 of them. They have the best prices, and this is my favorite mascara by far. Well, it's competing against the Lisa Eldridge one, but I cannot get the Lisa Eldridge on a sale, so these are perfect. So anyway, I'm gonna coat my lashes and then we can finish up with the rest of the makeup. I did finish up my brows off camera because it takes me a little while, and I used my current favorite pencil. This is by Rare Beauty in the shade Deep Brown. The pencil is called Brow Harmony Precision Pencil, pretty long name, but we're almost done. I'm going to add a little bit of Burt's Bees to my lips. They have been very dry. I'm telling you, my skin has been going through a lot and I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna do another very pretty, very high-end lip combo. I'm gonna be using the Lisa Eldridge lip pencil. This is the Sculptin shade in the shade number 2. I think it is the perfect shade for pretty much anything you wanna wear on top of this. It's just so pretty. It's almost like this line is trying to find your perfect natural lip color. So I'm gonna stop talking and line my lips. This is my perfect Your Lips But Better color. This is just exactly the shade as my lips used to be. I have lost a lot of pigment on them, either from vitiligo, which I'm thinking, or maybe because I'm aging, I'm not sure, but my lips are definitely not the color they used to be. And this just helps make them look perfect and just the way they used to be. So love this shade. Again, this is in the shade 2C. And now for lipstick. I've been obsessed with this shade. This is a very fancy lipstick, also by Lisa Eldridge. This is her Rouge Experience lipsticks. They are refillable, so you can just swap the shade out and then use your little component, which is absolutely gorgeous and expensive looking. And I do have my initials, my maiden initials on the bottom. And the shade specifically we're going to be using today is my favorite out of the 2 that I own. And this is Lisa. So Lisa's perfect pink everyday shade. I think that's how they describe it on the website. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply on my lips. Perfect pink for spring. Lipstick is absolutely stunning. I love the formula. I think whenever I originally bought them, I was like, you know, it's okay. It's nothing special. It's very expensive. I kept talking about the price because it is a very expensive product. But if you like more luxe items for your makeup or like your everyday essentials, I think a lipstick in a perfect shade that you're gonna love and wear every day is the ultimate definition of everyday luxe. And this definitely fits the bill. But the formula itself, it's very pretty. It's kind of like a good in-between of a satin and almost like a matte lip, because it has a bit of a shine, but it's not too much, but it glides on very nicely like a beautiful soft satin formula. It's just perfect. I really love it. I could live my lips just like this and be content, but lately I've been loving a little bit of a gloss, so I'm gonna be topping this off with the Gizu, I don't know how to pronounce this, honey infused lip oil, specifically in the shade, only one that I own is the Watermelon Sugar. I love it because it has that bit of a pink undertone to it, and it has the teeniest, tiniest little shimmers that look so stunning on the lips. Really been loving this lip gloss. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it just to add a bit more of that shine we're looking for spring. See? So pretty, almost like wet looking. Before we finish up, I need to add some setting spray to my face. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'll definitely be repurchasing this during the upcoming Sephora VIP sale. Here you have it, you guys, a beautiful spring makeup. I really love it. I think it looks so pretty, so springy, with the beautiful glow on the cheeks, the more pinkish lip. Everything's still very natural, but screaming spring. I really love it. I think an almost wet looking face screams spring. And the lip is just to die for. This little combination, absolutely loving. I'm telling you, the combination between the cheeks and the lips makes this entire look. Let me know in the comments below if you like this makeup, if you're gonna be recreating it. I love to hear from you guys. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!